Let me start with a story. My partner Dan and I are newly married in our mid-20s. I've just graduated law school. We're moving from the East Coast of the United States to Silicon Valley, where I've got a sweet job with a law firm, which is paying for the move. When moving day comes, the people from the van company pack up our furniture, appliances, dishes, clothes, and books. Even our car goes into their huge van. Meanwhile, Dan and I, we pack a small suitcase and go to stay at my parents' place while our stuff makes its 3,000-mile trek. One night, I get a phone call telling me there's been a fire in the moving van. It's bad, but we won't know how bad until they unload everything. Everything we own, from the nice furniture we'd bought with wedding gift money to the love letters we'd written to each other over many, many years of dating, is in that truck. For a second, I just want to be a little kid again and have my parents handle this. But then I snap to. I relay the news to Dan, acknowledge my parents with a glance, but then look back at Dan and stare at him hard like this is some shit. But it's our shit. Dan returns the stare and comes over to hug me. My parents offer compassion, but they don't offer to handle it. And then we all just sit down for dinner. Maybe you haven't had your version of my moving van story, and you're feeling trepidation about whether you'll be capable when the time comes. Or maybe you have had such moments, and you're here for deeper guidance on making this adult life feel like it's truly yours. No matter where you are, don't worry. I'm walking alongside you. I got you. Let me demystify what it is to be an adult. It's you being more or less in charge of yourself. That's it. You make a plan for your day in terms of work and play. You figure out a way to pay for the necessities and your Netflix. You make choices, what to eat and where, who to have in your life. You look after your body, your mind, and resources in the moment while taking into account what your future self might need. And when problems arise, you get to devise solutions rather than waiting around to have the solution handed to you or handled for you by someone else. And it's great. What I mean is, in childhood, other people were largely responsible for you. But now in adulthood, you're more or less responsible for yourself. I do realize not everyone was well looked after in childhood. If this is you, I see you, and you are very much on my mind in this course. Back to my moving story. I went from wishing my parents would make the problem go away to feeling, wait, nope, we'll figure it out. I wanted to. And notice, my parents weren't all, oh, baby, we'll take care of it. Had they done that, however well-intentioned, they would have prevented us from having the responsibility. So I both wanted to deal with it, and with my parents not stepping in, well, I had to. Adulthood isn't just the practical stuff you gotta do. It's bigger. It's a mindset of feeling responsible in your bones and kind of liking it. I promise you, you can and will learn how to do all the practical things. And whenever there are gaps in your abilities, there's most likely a YouTube video to help. What can really hold you back, though, is if you don't necessarily want to deal with all the responsibility, or if, due to family circumstances, you don't even have to. This is where those who had a tough childhood are actually ahead of the game. You didn't choose all of that responsibility so young, but circumstances were such that you had to, so you did, and now you can. On the other hand, if you had a relatively easy childhood, you might feel, wait, why would I want to handle it when my parents are better at it? Or you might be here craving more independence, yet family members insist on handling every little thing for you. Some may think, wait, is that bad? And if so, I get it. It's nice to be completely looked after by others. Or is it? It isn't. To be psychologically well, Humans need to develop agency, the profound satisfaction we get from making our own decisions and trying to solve our own problems. To have agency is to know that we exist, that we are alive. It's that sense of, I can. And along with agency, we need resilience, that equally deep sense that I can cope when things go wrong, because they will. But when others swoop in to take care of business for us, however well-intentioned, it undermines our agency and resilience. And that can lead to anxiety or depression. So you see, although handling things for yourself is challenging, at least at first, it's ultimately good for your mental health. If your I know I'm an adult moment hasn't happened yet, well, it's coming. You'll say to yourself, crap, where are the adults? Then realize, oh shit, it's me. You'll feel scared, but you'll step up to face it. And you, like me, will turn out to be fine. Better than fine, actually, because whatever you've just handled will make you a more confident and capable adult.